Greetings and welcome, people. If I was able to successfully upload the video of the ride before getting to this point, then you'll know that I've been somewhat remiss in paying attention to a small problem on this machine. Well, half remiss. I addressed half of it. You may remember way back at the beginning of the year, about the time of the MOT, I said that I normally do an oil and filter change after the MOT, but because I'd done so few miles on the existing oil and filter, that I didn't consider it to be economically worthwhile. I thought I'd probably get another year, or at least 6 months. Well, it looks like I should have just gone ahead and done the change anyway, because you can see what's been going on down here. Now, that looks quite extensive, and basically that is several months worth of slow drippage. You can see a fresh drip there, or fresh-ish. And let me just scramble onto the floor. I'm going to take a closer look. If I can get the phone under here. And you can see there is the sump plug. Oops, sorry. There's the sump plug. And over there is the filter cover. Now, I did notice a short while ago this was dripping. In fact, it was dripping from both the sump plug and the filter cover. What I did was I just nipped up the tightness of both. It managed to stop the drip of the filter cover. Is this thing working? Yeah, just about make out the drain plug just there. Keep knocking the tripod, sorry about that. So it looks like my theory of getting another year's worth of work out of this oil and filter is probably not going to pan out, no pun intended. So, before I get on to looking at what's going on with the new oil and filter, I'll get this draining and go and talk about the other stuff while it's doing that. You don't really want to watch oil drain, do you? No, me neither. Let's just put the camera over here and get the tools and the drain can. Just give the drain plug a quick dab. You can see the oil, it's not too bad. And no, just because it's an older Triumph doesn't mean it's okay for it to leak oil. Not one of these ones anyway. This is where I try very hard not to drop the sump plug into the drain can. Keep meaning to buy myself a replacement sump plug with a magnet in it, but so far I haven't got round to doing that. go. There. And the oil actually looks quite good, which is a little bit annoying. Oops. Now I'm wondering if this is leaking because the washer is cracked or something. Doesn't appear to be. I don't know, I think there may have been a bit of debris under it from when I last changed oil. The one thing that is worth mentioning is that the last time I changed the oil I used an aluminium crush washer for the sump plug. So that's the first time I've ever had anything leak on this bike. So I've gone back to, got some copper ones to replace it with. So, don't know, it looks okay. Don't know why it was leaking. Can't feel any cracks, there's no breaks. May have been that little, what looked like a bit of debris under it. But anyway, while that's finishing draining, in fact while that's doing that, I will undo the filter cover and allow what's in there to drain as well. Oh, I just love so scrambling about on the floor. There we go, just let it drain. Okay, well that's finishing draining. Let's just have a quick look at what we've got over here. These are the aluminium washers that I bought. I did have some that I couldn't find, so silly me went and bought some more. That was before I realised this one was leaking. So now I have some proper, copper washers. Obviously I only use one, but... And the other thing is I've got some O-rings that I had bought myself. Because I think they look, as you can tell just by looking at them, this is the O-ring that came with the filter. And the O-ring that I'm going to be fitting is quite a bit more substantial, so hopefully that will be of benefit. And the other thing is that the oil that I've been using for the last couple of years is that Motul 7100 fully synthetic, and as you can see from the container, the weight of that is 10W40, which is what Triumph recommends for the bike. What I have bought is this Shell Advance 1550, again fully synthetic, and I'm thinking that that might be of benefit because my bike has now got 63,000 miles on the clock, so with that probably quite worn engine, relatively speaking, and certainly with the heat we've been having recently, I think a heavier oil, slightly heavier oil will be a benefit. Also the fact that this was on offer at Euro Car Parts for £5 a litre. You look on Euro Car Parts now this is over £20 a litre. So 1 litre now, price for 1 litre now got me 4 litres, and the bike takes just 3.5, I think. So should be good. So I'm going to leave that to drain for a bit longer and get myself out of the sun and get a drink of water, and we shall come back and finish the job. Catch you back in a minute. Okay, it's going to be left for quite a while to drip and get as much of the old oil out of the system as possible. I think it's now time to put the drain plug and the filter in and get ready to top this up. Don't know if you can see that, but it is still dripping a little bit, but I don't think there's much point in waiting any longer just for a few drips. So let's get this back in. There's nothing on the drain plug seat. Drain plug with a nice new copper washer. Right, I've done so many oil changes on this now, I don't need a torque wrench, and besides I haven't got one. So that's tight and then snug. There we go. And now the filter assembly. This is a little bit awkward because it's quite tall. Oops. Wipe the seat off. Sure, there's nothing on there. Okay. Of course, the drain plug and the filter housing use different size and types of tools. Right. Time to get to filling the oil. Okay, it's 3 litres of oil in there. Before I put any more in, I think it's just about on the tip of the dipstick, so let's just spin the bike over, make sure the oil light goes out, and then we'll check the level again. I don't think you saw that. I think it took a while for the oil light to go out because obviously the system had all drained down. Excuse me. So it took a while to get back to the pressure switch. Alright, let's make sure there's no leaks underneath. Let's get some light on the matter. Don't see any leaks. It's a bit grubby under there, needs a good clean. I think that's good. Just check the depths if you can. And no, I'm not talking to me, I'm talking about me. That's one thing about the Motul oil, it was coloured red, so it was very easy to see. See where it was on the dipstick. This stuff is just clear or very pale gold colour. Doesn't help an awful lot, I'm afraid. Just on the tip of the dipstick. Let's chuck in another ½ litre. And I think the job's a good one. And I have to think about, oh dear, my clutch slave cylinder's a bit bubbly there. Eee. Let's do something about that. So I think that's probably going to be enough for now. And excuse me, try and get this out for a ride tomorrow, make sure it's all okay and make sure it doesn't leak at the end of it, and that'll be that for hopefully another year. So thanks for watching, speak to you next time. Cheerio for now, bye.